Greetings to you all, fellow brothers and sisters. I hope I find you well wherever you are, and I welcome you to this channel. Today we are going to talk about totems. Before going any further, I think it's good to clarify that totems have been misunderstood by Europeans. Their misunderstanding of totems led them to define or to call specifically Bantu people or Bantu nations as people of animist religions or people who pray to the nature, as well as calling them heathens, meaning someone who doesn't pray at all or someone who doesn't know nothing about God. Shown on the screen are different African maps based on religion. As you can see, areas or zones which are shown as animist or heathen zones are areas mostly inhabited by Bantu people. Then one asks the question, do Bantu people pray to animals? And do Bantu people knew about God before the arrival of Arabs and Europeans? The answer is Bantu people don't pray to animals. And yes, of course, Bantu people knew about God before the arrival of both the colonialists, either Arabs or Europeans. And also, Bantu people, they pray to the Creator through ancestral spirits, which is the only difference with the modern day religions. Back to our topic, let us now look on what is a totem. A totem is the real bloodline of a person, thus his or her descendants. It is a norm among Bantu people, in particular Shona people from Zimbabwe, to take someone as their relative if that person has the same totem as them. It doesn't matter if that person is from another country or he speaks a totally different language. It also doesn't matter if the person calls his totem with a different name. This means totems are the real definition of the word tribes. In today's time, what are referred to as tribes, most of them in reality, they are groups of closely related people, just as the Shona people from Zimbabwe. Totems are represented by animals or are in form of animals. Animals which are sacred for those who bear them as their totem. Sacred not because they pray to them, but simply because one is not supposed to eat his or her own totem. And also one cannot marry from his or her same totem because they are relatives in reality. So what is the purpose of animals in totems? Animals, like every other living thing, they do have characteristics, behavior, and other various ways of doing. So as the animals, people of a certain totem, they have similar particularities just like their totemic animal. And secondly, totems are accompanied by a poetic chant, usually done when giving thanks, praising, or asking for forgiveness. This chant is a chant of narration, narrating the journey taken by its members, narrating the talent within its people, the behavior, as well as famous history among its people. In reality, it is a chant of pride. It is a chant of pride in one's origins. Let us go ahead and look on the structure of a totem. Totems have a general name for all its members, males and females. Secondly, they have a name for males and they have a name for females. Thirdly, they have what is called CHIDAWADO or ZVIDAWADO in plural. CHIDAWADO is a nickname based on behavior, talent, history, or origin. These nicknames are also grouped in males and females. Let's look on one of the totems found in Zimbabwe. And our today's chosen totem is the porcupine totem, known as Nungu, and its people referred to as Vaira Nungu, meaning those sacred to the porcupine. Nungu totem is known by many as Maposa. It is also called Chirenje in the upper north of Zimbabwe and western central of Mozambique. Before looking on the porcupine totem, let's talk about its people. Male members of the porcupine totem are well known for being naturally capable of hunting. In addition, they are great jokes or storytellers, known as Vatauri Nyambo in the Shona language. Their place of origin is called Zimuto and also in Gowera, down in the southern part of Zimbabwe, which is Masvingo province. During Great Zimbabwe Kingdom era, the King of Kings used to give their daughters in marriage to the porcupine totem males. This was because kings admired them for their hunting abilities, jokes, and storytelling talent. In those times, hunting, jokes, or storytelling talents were a highest part of entertainment. So as today, if one finds himself outside of the urban areas. Now we are going to look on the structure of the porcupine totem. Firstly, porcupine totem, as said before, it is called Nungu, which is the general name for all its members, the males and the females. And secondly, the males are called Nungu or Maposa, and the females, they are called Ngara. And now let's look on the ZVIDAWADO or the nicknames. We're gonna start with those of the male ones, one by one, explaining each of them as we proceed. The number one, they are called the Chikandamina. Chikandamina, it means one who throw fours. Fours is in numbers or figures. What is referred here as fours are the arrows and spears, which are simply hunting tools. Secondly, they are also known as Mukuasha wa Mambo, which means king's son-in-law. As said above also, they used to marry from king of kings in the Great Zimbabwe Kingdom. And thirdly, they are also called Zimuto. As also said before, Zimuto is a place found in southern Zimbabwe. This is where porcupine totem members used to reside in ancient times. In other words, that is their original homeland. Zimuto also means plenty soup in the Shona language. Soup indirectly means the availability of meat. So people nicknamed this place Zimuto as in honor or a way of praising the talent of its inhabitants. And now we are going to look on the female members. They are nicknamed Chimwaya, which means the thrower. To understand this nickname, we have to look on the porcupine itself. A porcupine is not a dangerous animal in general, but it is surprisingly very defensive if it is attacked or disturbed to an extent of killing dangerous predators such as pythons, leopards, or lions using its thorns or spear-like which it has on its body. So as female members of the porcupine totem, they are well known for being very talkative and surprisingly very cheek and also capable of fighting. So the nickname Chimaya, the thrower, it is referring to the words which these female members are capable of throwing or speaking. Brothers and sisters, we've come to the end of our today's topic. Thank you all for being here, sharing knowledge and information of our people. In conclusion to our today's topic, I can say it is clear now that totems have nothing to do with religion, but they are simply about one's bloodline or descendants and pride of one's origin. For those interested in knowing more about totems, Bantu nations, in particular southern part of Africa, are good places to get a more profound understanding of totems as well as many other aspects of cultural practice. Brothers and sisters, thank you once again for your time. May the Most High keep on blessing and protecting you. See you on the next chapter. Goodbye.